to be around him is like being around no other human being I've ever been around. I used to say, if someone asked me a question, as a medical doctor, what do you think about reincarnation? So I say, I put on my medical hat. I said, well, we don't really, have good way to do studies, to do research on the mind, or particularly the subtle mind, which is involved in reincarnation. But for years now, I haven't been saying that. I put on medical hat, or I put on monk or Buddhist hat. It doesn't mean that they've become merged into the same or one, but they're much more compatible. And I recognize where each has its blind spots, each tradition, modern medicine and Buddhism. In terms of my relationship as a doctor with the Dalai Lama, we have to constantly remind ourselves that, we're a doctor, he's the patient, we got to do it that way. It's very, sometimes hard to maintain that mindset because he's so special and he's also my teacher, but we have to continue to keep that mindset and do that professionally. Sometimes we think, well, he knows better because he has access to this very subtle mind. Sometimes it's prophetic and knows with accuracy of the future. And he will use his dreams and his deeper subtle mind to kind of sort of get an idea on outcomes if several things are being proposed. Like, for example, from modern medicine, he also avails himself of Tibetan medicine. And so sometimes we can second guess ourselves by saying, well, he knows that better than we do. But we have to keep that clear that he's asked us to do this. So we have to stay in that role. He is incredibly compassionate all the time. But that compassion is a little like tough love sometimes. He's not wishy-washy, he's not wimpy, he's not impotent. He's very powerful and very strong, but it's the power of love and compassion.